was going to. These are 30 minutes. Yeah. Just make sure I got everything else connected up here. Okay, so last week we started, but never actually got into the combat. Old Umi got a face full of cold mold stuff, and you discovered a trick in that fire would destroy the mold around this Gorso manor. You discovered ice all over the place. That's unusual to say the least. And coming out from these ice sculptures were these creatures here. And before I start, are any of you immune to the surprise condition? You're not on the what, sorry? Ah, yeah, let me get you there, bud. Uh, there you go, buddy. So if I want to roll in for initiative, strife. Okay, so Aldrich walking into this room. These ice creatures come and they say, "Get out of here! This is ours. You are not invited. This is our domain." And they swing over here to this side, come out with little claws and slash across your back. At advantage is a 15 hit. It does not. Okay, so the second. No, get there, Kiva. You are unsurprisable. Is that right? Yep. Uh, yep. Yep. You can reach from there. So reaching over the top of Aldrich's head, swinging your glaive. No, that that's a 13 to hit. Yeah, that hits. 12 damage. Like a little bits of ice fly off this creature, but it's still still in it. Okay, assuming that's your turn. Uh Umi. Ah, sure, sure. Uh maybe down there. There you go. Excellent. Okay, swing in over there. Black's gonna go back over here. What did that zoom over there? Doesn't matter. Black comes over here and takes a dodge action. That's what he's going to do. Okay. Yeah. All else. Yeah, if all else fails, dodge, right? Okay, so Black does that. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Another one of these creatures swings over above here. And I need all three of you, a nice neat line for me, to make me dexterity saving throws as this frosty breath comes out. Umi, you may do so at advantage as you're dodging. Oh! Oh! Umi, didn't even need the... So, not the worst thing, but you both take that much cold damage, so 6 points of cold damages. And Umi, you take 3. And that'll be its turn. Wait, this one... thought this one already had a turn. This one attacked you. I think I got these two confused as I was trying to do them at the same time. So this one's gone. This one is going to swing over to you, Aldrich Ghoul. Still, I think we forgot about surprise rounds. Never mind. Let's just progress as normal. 11 to hit you, Aldrich Ghoul, which you dodge easily enough. Strife, waking up and realizing what have these idiots got me into yet again? What do you do? Sure. So relatively, it is. 7 points of piercing damage. That hits, yeah. Rero, as Strife shooting from afar. Are you stuck in a wall? I'll move you just inside the house. There you go. So you should be good from there. Sure. The one right at the back. The dexterity saving throw rolls a 16. And catapult save or suck as well, right? So that's no damage. Yep. Okay. Oh, this I'm looking at the wrong method. Okay. Yeah, gonna do some claw attacks against you, Aldrich Ghoul. Rolling a natural 20. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay,
Natural
so
20!
the rakes across, you take uh, 8 slashing and 5 cold damage for a total of 13. Oh, it's not Aldrich Ghoul's turn. Because there's another one who rolled a natural 2 on its initiative. Gonna get there, are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, can't go that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Comes right up next to you, but it had to use its dash action to get to you. And they're all constantly screaming, "Get out, this is our house! This is our house! Now you can have a turn, old Dragul." One right in front of you. Ah, that absolutely hits. Okay, well, good news is it dies. Bad news, make me a dex saving throw. It explodes and you're shredded with the shards. Take 8 points of damage, and down you go. Okay, so you notice that when you kill these things right next to it, they explode, and it might have cost Aldrich Ghoul his life. But Kiva is here. What's Kiva going to do? Okay, sure. Glaive is almost the perfect weapon in this situation. 13 hits for 10 slashing damage. Beautiful. Okay, level 3, baby. Oh, yep. The one to the north? Sure. So strength saving throws an 11. So, poof. So get knocked back 5 feet, right? Oh, okay, cool. So get knocked back 5 feet as Kiva heroically stands over the body of Aldrich Ghoul. Umi, no longer dodging unless you want to. What do you do? Sure, sure. Okay, feel free to move yourself over there, Aldrich Ghoul. There we go. So, yep. And that is forced movement, so no attacks of opportunities. You grab him by the antenna. I love the flavor. And let's see if black can do something. Can black? Black can probably help. Aldrich Ghoul. Let's see. Let's bring up Black's character sheet. Oh, well, let's. That's right. Let's double check though. How will our spells heal stabilize? No healing. Though he could take healing, like if he wanted to, he just chooses not to at the moment. But he's going to shuffle over to Aldrich Ghoul. He's going to attempt to do a medicine check on him. Taking the first roll. Okay, so you're not dying, Aldrich Ghoul. That's a good thing. But you're also not conscious. Merely unconscious, if that's a bad thing. Kiva, this one. It's going to roll a d6. Doesn't get its breath weapon back. So just, as they all start buzzing around you, Kiva, the claws come out. Rolling at 10, so that's going to miss. Strife, you are up. All right. Massive hit. Uh, Oh, quite. Oh, okay. So 10-foot bit of darkness around it. All right, Kiva, good news. You still can't see. Okay, so the arrow is stuck in that red one. Did I hear a beep boop for Doug? Oh, I thought Doug just joined. Anyway, Strife. Beep boop. Okay, Strife, very good. The reroll, yeah, look around the corner, you don't see Kiva, you don't see anything. What do you do? You can hear the fluttering of wings and you can hear movement, so you can still shoot, but it'll be a disadvantage. Oh, wait, a creature hit by your arrow emits a glow that is causing no. Okay. A disadvantage on attacks around it. Okay, cool. Am I right or you're right? Who are you shooting? That one? Yeah, roll damage, it hits. As your firebolt explodes on them, doing double damage. I think you guys were confused with the mold on the wall. But the mold on the walls, cold damage and extra damage to it. Fire made it go crazy. But this is not the mold on the floor. So that's 16 points of damage, Rero. Well done. Okay. No, Kiva. It's going to roll to see if it's going to breath attack back anyway. Doesn't, regardless. So, claws. This is our house. This is our house. Oh my goodness, my second one of the night.
Natural 20!
So 9 slashing, 5 cold. Oh, good. Let me see. This is just normal darkness, or is it magical darkness? It's magical darkness, so dark vision's not going to help it. In that case, it's a 19 to hit, so that'll be 5 slashing, 1 cold. Much, much better. Okay. Uh, this one's not going to use its breath weapon, but it's going to try and get it back, which it doesn't. Clawing at Kiva in darkness. Oh, another natural 20 that goes back to an 18. Unbelievable. And you take 2 slashing and 3 cold. Still up there, Kiva? Excellent. Aldrich Ghoul, you're unconscious. Kiva, you are not. Kiva, you can attack whatever you like without disadvantage. You. This is your zone. The telekinetic shove, sure. Oh, rolls a dirty one, so. Oh, sure. Yeah, I see what you're doing. 13 hits, and it explodes in a huge amount of icy shards, but you're far enough away, Kiva, that no damage ensues. And the darkness. Ah! Oh, it might. That's a good point. Because it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which it passes, so it takes half of. Oh, wait, no, wait. 10. It's not immune to. It takes 2 points of damage. Made it save. And it's piercing damage as the ice shards explode, so it's got no natural immunity there. But good looking out. Is that your turn, Kiva? Well done. Umi. Ooh. Okay. It's good. Why don't I have the usual things that I have? Let me quickly rectify that. If not, yeah, drag that one on, but we don't. Oh, well, that's cool. There you go. Uh, okay, I'll lock that down to another layer, so it's still there, but we can see, which is kind of weird. But let me uh, okay. There they are, all at the bottom. Move it up to the top. Strange, you haven't noticed that before. Okay, so what happened? Darkness. Umi concentrating on that. Um, all right. And Black, you're already in initiative order, so I'm going to ignore your 4. And hello, Doug. Yeah, my Bluetooth is on the fritz, so I'm using my uh, phone audio, which is maybe why I sound a bit funny. 13. So it's your turn now. Okay. Okay. All right. Strife, feeling a bit more protected. Okay, cool. So disadvantage. 14 hits. So the one to the left. Yep, sure. So, well, as we know now, these ones are vulnerable to fire. So this one actually explodes with the 14 points of damage, and I'm going to need Kiva to make me a dexterity saving throw. That passes, so you can take half of this in slashing damage. 1 point of slashing damage. Always at least one. Okay, Strife, well done. Okay, keeping out of range, Rero, you're up. Rero is going to unmute him. It's in Spanish. Eleven hits. Okay, and the last dying axe of these ice method as Rero hits him, it explodes, and Sean, you take 8 points of piercing. Maybe I was premature turning off the initiative order. Um, who remembers? I rolled one last time, so it's all fair. Someone want to rush over and save Kiva? Okay, Strife. Yep, yep, medicine DC 10. Drop the darkness. Okay. Oh, just enough. You'll take a breath and yeah, Aldrich Ghoul is down. Black is fainting in Spanish. Uh, but otherwise, sure. Which you don't have anymore, Black. Don't forget that. I think it was a pendant actually. Pendant's gone. I mean, have you, oh, it's later on in the day. Um, and if you want to take a rest here, feel free to do so. But it's damn cold. So unless you have a way to keep warm, there's no way to take a short rest. Sure. Maybe over the course of days. And there's literally, you're literally like black, you collapse. You literally collapsed on ice. If you remember, that's the reason you couldn't open this door because of the ice. I understand if Strife doesn't remember that, but oh my goodness. Yeah, this is the Gorso Manor, and some nobles are in town. And Aldrich Ghoul's boss, Traz the Cruel, suggested you do this, and there'd be money in it for you, which was, I think he paid you in advance, Aldrich Ghoul. If you are the B&B guest, the owner is coming back. Some Gorso muckety mucks. Yeah. Um, the King's Games is coming up, so presumably they're going to arrive sometime before the King's Games. And the King's Games are in. That's not tomorrow. You got 2 full days after this, then it's the King's Games. Two, yeah, yeah, that's what you have. 2 full days. Sure. Tell you what, we'll just go to. Yeah. Tell you what, we'll just move out here, just so we can get away from the map just for the moment. As you step outside the Gorso Manor onto the streets of Odenbeer, which are bustling as they do at most hours. You're at least warm now. Look under 39. Oh, there's a backyard. Sure. As you lay yourself and get comfortable in the back of the Gorso Manor, some guards come up, some very well dressed, well paid guards who uh, probably Black would know that the guards here are paid very well to be very professional, to keep this place clear from, for example, squatters. And a guard enters the complex. Ah, sorry. All right. Can't be here. Move on, please. Oh, really? Oh, that's fascinating. Move on. If you're here to clean, clean. We have a very strict policy here of no squatters. So move on. If you're here to clean, clean. Otherwise, remove yourself from the premises. This is not negotiable. I got district, the high district. Think of me as a high district guard. And the things we don't have in high district is commoners who are here to do a job to take over the place. You're either here working or you're not here at all. That true? Regardless, we can't have people squatting here on the premises. Kiva, if you have some place to be there. You can't be sleeping in someone's backyard. Kiva? Well, that's terrible. Take her to the Temple of Life. Take her to a healer. What's going on? I don't know why this is so complicated. You cannot be here. Look, if you want me to call a red cloak and we'll talk about trespassing and maybe some times in the jail, we'll change your mind. I don't want to do that. It's so much paperwork, but you can't be squatting in the High District. It's been minutes, so no. Oh, look, miss! Look, look, you're setting fire to a house. You, you are, you are. Unless you leave the premises right now, I'm going to call in the red cloaks, and you're going to be arrested, and you're going to spend some time in the jail. Don't sir me. These are your options. Oh, oh, I don't care. You're literally now ripping up the Gorso's trees, setting fire inside of the house. This is your last warning. Leave or the red cloaks are coming. That's complicated. You are setting fire inside of the Gorso Manor. How can you not? What part do you not understand? You're setting fire to the place. Make a persuasion check for me. All right. That does it. Red cloaks are coming. Wait, I have two interlopers. Just a sec. Hello, children. Sorry, like usual, I'm running solo tonight. So give me 5 minutes. Let's take an early short break, and I'll be back in a moment. back. Right. Should be looking at Red Cloak laws. Is it? Yeah, and then you rolled a natural one. Uh, okay, so this is what's happening. The the guard responsible for the High District. He's not leaving. He calls out to a friend. Oi, get Nathal Wester over here. We got a problem. All right, everybody, you're formally under arrest for disturbing the peace. Come with me peacefully, or we shall add obstructing justice, theft, and assault to the charges. We do to quench the fire. Come with me. Smolder's out. Okay, come with me. Oi. And he calls over some more friends, and they they throw Aldrich Ghoul over one of their shoulders, and two of them take Kiva and gently lift her, and one of them slaps Strife. Oi, wake up! He slaps you again. Wake up! They slap some manacles around your wrists, Strife, and physically manhandle you and pick you up. Black, sorry, black. Yeah, black, yep. And they march you down unless you have anything to do or say. I look, explain it to the red cloaks. I've done my job. You are squatting. You refuse to leave. And it takes her over to the halls of the lawgiver, which is number 60. And yep, yeah, you do. You to the halls of the lawgiver. Nethel Wester, who I believe Kiva knows. Oh my goodness. All right. And he feeds a healing potion to Kiva. So, Kiva, you can have 6 hit points. All right, Sergeant. What happens? Look, these larrikins were hired to clean the Gorso Manor, which is fine. What I did have a problem with them is they're sleeping on outside in the premises. As you know, we have a very clear and precise instructions not to allow squatters there. If they're there to clean, they clean. They gave me lip. They refused direct orders, and I think disturbing the peace is the least of their problems. And Nathan Wittis, look, all right, your turn. Tell me what happened. And he turns to the group. The High District is a lot of things. An infirmary it is not. If your friend was injured, I see your the insectoid man is still not well. Why did you treat the High District like some type of infirmary? We have medical facilities. Then ask. Well, look. Then why didn't you ask for help? The guard says, oh, that is not my recollection. I asked you to leave, and all you did was ignore me, make excuses. Ethel Wester says, minutes, hours, you are squatting on the premises of the Gorso Manor. Let me put this to you, Kiva. If you were conscious during the proceedings, what would you have suggested the best course of action for your companions would be? Turns out you're the only sensible one among this groups. Oh, you failed. Ask. The fine for disturbing the peace is anywhere from 3 gold pieces all the way up to 500 gold pieces, says Nathal Wester. Hmm. As Umi and Kiva are both doing the talking, I want persuasion checks from both of you. And Kiva, you can make a persuasion check at advantage since you're you. Okay. But that wasn't the reason why I was going, oh, look at that. All right. Kiva, um, we know what Lord Sign Monder thinks of you. You have our respect. We'll set the fine at the minimum. If you give us 3 gold pieces, this whole incident will just put behind us. All right, get out of my sight. I'm going to say Nathal Wester is extra nice with a natural 20 and gives a healing potion to Aldrich Ghoul as well. So Aldrich Ghoul, you're on what? Good roll. 9 hit points. So you're heading back to the Lucky Leap Tavern, which is 44, I believe. Just as you're about to enter, I'm going to ask, oh, how do I do this on my phone? Aldrich Ghoul, can you please come with me to voice channel 2, please? Why do you assume it is trouble? That's such a Negative attitude. So as you're about to enter the Lucky Leap Tavern, um, you hear a voice coming from over here, and it's saying, Aldrich Ghoul, Aldrich Ghoul, in a very ethereal voice. And one thing you know for sure, it's not coming from a human, something otherworldly, and it's calling you. Aldrich Ghoul, we have something for you. Okay. Um. So I'm gonna whisper you in chat, in Roll20 what they're gonna say because the voices. Well, we'll see. But you're just ignoring it and walking into the tavern. Yep. For now. Okay. Cool. Back to the other voice channel. Okay. So you all enter the lucky. Did I update this? Let me just check. I didn't. But that's fine. So you enter into the Lucky Leap Tavern. It's busy as always. You see people trying to jump and get their free drinks. But you all enter, pull up a seat. What do you do? A lot of money. Early evening. Okay. There you go. There you go, buddy. There you go. Oh, Draco. So the okay, I'll just so the uh the lucky leap is here, right? 44. You're right against the wall there, the old wall. And do you remember what happened the last time you were kind of doing old wally stuff with the oh Draco, come closer. We have a present for you. It works. The telepathic link goes through. Uh, and he says, the voice says, oh, Holdrick, we have our eye on you, shall we say. And we have a gift for you, but you're going to have to find it, Holdrick. And they point out a particular uh, inscription on the wall. And then because it's tucked at the back of um, the Lucky Leap Tavern, it would be very easy to miss. But now they point it out to you, uh, you see some mysterious runes on inscribed on the old wall. Now the old wall is was actually make a history check. We'll see if you know this. The the brief history that I'll give you, you could find this in the Gazetteer if you want more. But basically, this whole land was ruled by the Dark Angels for like hundreds of years. The whole place was in darkness, and they were just ruthless, tyrannical, evil, worst possible leaders, and people were killed for no reason. Just a brutal, brutal regime. And they were angels, dark angels. And this wall, the old wall, was originally constructed by them. So initially, Odin Bear was just inside the old wall. Then there was an uprising led by a cleric, and they were overthrown. But then the cleric, whose names eludes me, then implemented a brutal theocracy, and until the current kind of monarchy eventually bit them over, which is one of the reasons why they're so open, because the previous rulers were just at a horrible, horrible theocracy in the end. So, bottom line, this wall was built by the Dark Angels, and there's always been something mysterious about it. I mean, you saw that in the Alley of Menace, right? Bad stuff happened there, and similar things are happening here. So, that's the old wall, just a lot of dark, ancient magic in there. And yeah, so that's what you get for history check. Now you see this mysterious markings, and they say once again, oh, Draco, we have a gift for you, but you'll have to find it. And you see these mysterious glyphs. Um, that make me another history check, please. You see these mysterious writings, glyphs. It's in a language that you don't recognize. And you hear the voices say one more time, good luck, old Draco. Hear the voices no more. Or you see this mysterious writing and glyphs in a language you don't recognize. So like make a sketch of the writing. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the other voice channel. Old, while Aldrich Ghoul is doing whatever Aldrich Ghoul's doing, what are the rest of you doing? So as you're drinking get my notes. Um Ricio Tane, the barkeep, he says, "Well, not to put too fine on it, guys, but you guys look like shit. Rough day? That's no good. Tell you what, how about tell you what, you guys, you've been in here before. I like it. Tell you what, first round's on me." And he hands you out an ale to each one of you. Sure. You're all right, guys. If you want to stay the night here, I hear you. One silver piece per person per night. You cough that up, I'll go get your beds ready. Does that sound? Okay. So if you cough up a silver piece, um, uh, right on. Yeah, you can retire for the evening. Get one of those beautiful long rests in. Aldrich came back, didn't you? Yeah, he's back. There we go. Hey, it is very, very nice, beautifully relaxing, and you wake up feeling just a little bit more powerful. Level 4. Yes, yes, you do. It's gonna be ominous. Strife, good recovery. Come on, just first level. Ah, cool. Monk's still alright on it. I'll be right back, guys, just as you guys level up. Check on the kidlings. Everybody leveled up? Okay, so you wake up from your rooms in the Lucky Tavern, all completely refreshed, feeling a lot better than you do a while ago. Um, Ricio Tane, as you wake up and gather around the table, he says, Miss Kiva, I have a note here for you. It is sealed with a royal seal. Obviously, I didn't open it, but they did express some urgency that you open it once awake. That's a good point. Um, um, there is, if Strife reads it, which I don't see why not. There is a royal summons at the palace for Kiva and Kiva alone, and it's signed with the royal seal of the Princess Athena. Okay. Um, so the rest of you dash off to Gorso Manor. We'll get to Gorso Manor in a little bit. And I just got to whisper something to someone. Right. Okay. So, we'll get back into the city as you all split up. Fantastic. Um, and so some of you go to the manor. We'll get to the manor in a second bit, and you're kind of walking together because the royal palace is right in the center here, so you can drop them off along the way. And um, uh, you get summoned up by the royal guards um, to the princesses to like a meeting room, and you see you see Princess Athena there, surrounded by her retinue, people rushing after her, and I think you have had some encounters with her before. She's quite nasty to them. She's like, I want a blueberry scones. Give me some fucking blueberry scones. But miss, the blueberries are not in season today. Instead, give me some blueberry scones. And the guy rushes away and says, oh, I see we have a visitor. Eva. Oh, your grace would suffice. Thank you. You should know better than that. Now, I hear, and as you hear her, she's just walking around you in a white circle, just getting uncomfortably close at times, but she's just wandering around you. Sure, so standing uh, rigid. Cool, cool. And so as she circles around, she says, so I hear Captain Sinemonder, he has his eye on you. Is that true? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you by making an eye joke. Tell me, I've heard rumors about how you lost your eyes. Why don't you tell me how you lost your eyes? Unfortunate. So, if I understand this correctly, because of your incompetence, my half brother died? So, how can I expect you to become a member of the Royal Guards, swearing to keep me alive, now that you're both a cripple and you're already responsible for the death of my half brother? How could I possibly trust you? You're incompetent. Well, why wouldn't you join? He speaks highly of you. You're a cripple. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. I do not like to be interrupted when I'm talking. I am the queen. I am the princess. You shall treat me as such. Much better. She continues to circle around from you. So, what is your decision going to be? Or are you still undecided? Interesting. Tell me, if you did protect me, how would you do it? I mean, you failed with my half brother. Would you tell me? I have a hypothetical question to you. When you become a knight, if you do, who do you swear fealty to? Do you swear fealty to the kingdom itself? Do you swear fealty to the monarchy? Or do you swear fealty to the king, the queen, and I? To who? What was that, sorry? I think you said the land. But feel free to adjust it. Oh, interesting. So you'd put the kingdom over me? Let's do another hypothetical. Let's say I am going to become queen one day. Hopefully not for a long time. Long live the king and all that. But let's say I impose a very oppressive tax and the populace doesn't like it and the populace rises up against me. Whose side would you be on? Oh, so if you feel the people are having a righteous cause, you would rise up against the monarchy? Rise up against me? Have you ever dabbled in politics, Kiva? Because you're giving very political answers. I gave you a yes or no option, and you chose neither. Unpopular tax, the people rise up against me. Whose side are you on? So, I'll take it that your answer is you side with the people and not with the monarchy then. I don't like that answer, Kiva. Make a persuasion check there, buddy. You listen to me, Kiva, and you listen good. If the time comes and you ever side with the people over me, there will be consequences. Do you hear me? Now hold still. I want to make sure that you hear me clearly. And you feel a knife press against your ear. What do you do? A quick flip of her wrist, she lobs off half of your ear. Do you hear me now, Kiva? Now piss off. It's streaming down the side of your head, Kiva. What do you do? Sure. So, so I say mechanically, no effect, but you do have half an air. Surprise, half an air. Okay. All right. So, uh, just as a question, can you guys hear a big loud blasting in the background? I'm not sure if Chris is working. Oh, noise suppression. There we go, even better. Okay, all right, so Kiva, you're gonna eventually meet up with them again, I guess, at the Gorso Manor. Now, the Gorso Villa, now that it doesn't have these ice things, it is more just a bit of a mess at the moment. The brown mold on the around the place, you know that it's easily destroyed by cold. And over the course of most of the afternoon, you can I'm punching bit. It's, it's going to be relatively easy to clean up. There's no dangerous mold. Well, at least if there is, you can clean it up and do a good job of cleaning it up, effectively fulfilling your contract with Traz the Cruel. Um, and yeah, and of course, slightly lighter, shall we say, Kiva arrives. Okay. Clean it is clean as it's gonna get. It's nice. You do the lawns. Effectively done your part of the contract. You do notice right next to you, as you're kind of finishing up around lunchtime, there's a lot of activity right next door in the Golden Nectar in Area 37, I believe. Something's happening there, it seems. Right next, so you finish cleaning the Gorso Manor at 39. And at 37 at the Golden Nectar, and there's lots of activity, there's lots of buzz happening. Not like people fighting, but something's happening, like an event. You hear, well, you make that decision. You hear the sounds of it's a very upmarket restaurant, probably the most upmarket restaurant in the whole of Odenbeer. And uh you hear someone saying, "Ah, damn it! There's fucking good stuff when you need them. They're all fucking donuts. What's going on? Shit." Someone's cursing inside there. Okay. Um, so you're going. There's a guard at the door, and the guard says, "Oh, I'm sorry. We have a very exclusive cooking competition coming up. Um, I'm afraid it's by invite only. This will determine the best chef in the land. It'll either be Ozar the Exquisite or this other guy, says Malcolm, frantically putting the handout together because he's not as organized as he should be. Uh, what? I don't have a handout for him. That's weird. And the Omric Lorenzo to determine the best chef in the land. And unless you've got an invite, I'm sorry, this might be above your pay grade. Please leave. Hey, wait! Can you guys work? Look, I'm desperately short-handed. My entire crew has they've left. They've been food poisoning or something. I need help. Look, I can pay you 100 gold pieces per head. Ow! Right, that's one. What about the rest of you? Oh, look, I don't need cooks. I'm the freaking cook. Maybe a sous chef, but I need guards. I need MCs. I need waiters. Right. Look, we don't have much time. This cooking competition is going to determine whether me, Ozar the Exquisite, or Bandaro the Asshole, to determine who's going to be the royal chef. Now, who's up? You, says to Black. What can you do? Sous chef it is. So Black, he hurries you over into the shoe chef part of it. She'll be over here helping out. You, one with no ear, what can you do? You look terrible. You can be a guard. Okay. What about you, insect guy? What are you good at? Can you rile up a crowd, MC the activities? Guard it is. You, goblin. How to say goblin? I know you're kobolds. Goblin 1, goblin 2. What are you good at? So cook, sous chef it is. Oh, that's Rero. I assume Rero goes where Umi goes. Cool. And you, MC. Understood? They put Strife right in the center. Master of ceremonies. It's your job to introduce things. And Orza says, all right, what's your name? You, what's your name? Strife. Well, we're starting out with truffle foam over pecan clusters. But don't worry about that. I got to get this. Right, write it down. You got it? Good. And even before explaining it, he comes around and says, right, Umi, chop up some onions. Rero, chop up some onions. And he hands you a knife and some onions. And I imagine actually Umi and Rero are used to cutting onions. Would that be fair? Rero? What do you think? How do you think Rero would do at this? Make me a general dexterity check. We'll see how well you mimic it. Yeah. Oh man, no, not like that, I fucking donut. Come with me. He drags you over to the station over there. Do you go with him, Rero? Well, you better make a better natural 20 on your strength check then. All right, see this pot? Stir the pot. That's all you're fucking good at. Just stir. Make sure it doesn't burn. And he goes about to yell at one of his sous chefs. Yeah, fucking donut. All right, shit. See this wheel of cheese? Watch the wheel of cheese. Make sure it doesn't move. And it, are you trying to hide it? No, this is too much. No, come with me. And he grabs you by the ear, tries to pull you out, rolling a 12. You resist. And he goes with his buddy, tries to grab you at advantage. Oh, shit. Like another strength check, Rero. Um, the chaos. Malcolm's not sure what to do. What would he do? They're going to continue to chase you around here. I'm going to try and tackle you. It's 12 for their combined strength. Ah! And they get you by the ear and they throw you out onto the street. No money for you. More good than you're worth. Is that right? Maybe over here. Whoops. Maybe over here then. Sure. You, come with me. Stir this soup over here. He drags Black over to start stirring the soup. Don't let it burn. Sorry, what'd you say? I know. Stir. Don't let it burn. I don't need your advice. I'm Ozar the Exquisite, for God's sake. And he goes around and frantically prepares the dishes. Now, it becomes clear that this is a contest between Ozar the Exquisite and Bandar. Oh wait, sorry. That's a sec. I knew I had him. So this is the other chef. Oops. Lost him. This is the other chef, Bandaro Astrazel. And this is a competition between them. And a couple of nobles enter, led in Aldrich and Kiva let them in. And they sit down at the tables. And Ozar comes out and says, Strife, stall, introduce the competition. The third judge isn't here. Just make something up. Go! Goes back. Strife, what do you do? This is a cooking competition. Two of the judges have arrived. The third judge hasn't arrived, so he wants you to stall. Golden. There's Ozar the Exquisite. But oi! I heard that. Stick. And Ozar comes back and says, "Good, good. Introduce the first dish that I explained to you. Go." Ozar brings out his dish. Bandaro brings out his dish. And the dishes are almost identical. And you see the judges eat them, take some notes. All right, and introduce the soup. Soup is the next course. Go. I need 5 minutes. It's gone. Oh, sorry. As you do this, the third judge arrives.
Be fucking tasty, that's all I can say.
Princess Athena comes in. And she grabs a seat. She's got 3 guards with her.
Say, she said, I'm hungry. That better be something delicious. Hey, Kiva, can you hear me? Hello? Kiva? Can you hear me? Oh, I know you can't see me.
And she shoves this person out the way, who goes the other judge over there, and she just grabs a seat at the table. Great. And everybody who's cooking in this room, can you please make me a perception check? 18. And Umi, 13. So say Black, you notice what is going down. One of the sous chefs from the other side comes up to Umi as Ozar is going around shouting at everybody in Gordon Ramsay one. Oh, what's your name, little one? Is there something I can help you with? Prophetess Lee, did you clean your room? Okay. I'll be back. Is Mama back? Okay. And we'll get back to what this guy says to Umi in just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So Umi? Oh, sorry, my volume was down for some reason. Oh, I wonder, might be a really awkward angle. Ah, there we go. Weird sort of angle, but there we go. So um, this sous chef from the other side approaches you and says, "Hello, little one. How are you?" Ah, Wow, busy. We can tell you're a very industrious young kobold. But we have a little job for you, which could earn you the sum of 300 gold pieces. What do you say? Oh, just a little, just pretty much what you're doing now. If you want me to. Hi, Riley. Nice to see you.
Did they stitch on me? Did they tell you where I was?
I could hear you, Riley. I'm a smart guy.
Dang.
Eye perception. Oh, you see, we've got a little bit of extra spice, which I think would go very well with this soup. Bye, Riley. Go very well with the soup. Now, if we give you this spice, this will make the soup taste extra delicious. If you do this for me, 300 gold pieces. You promise to put the spice in? So he hands you a small pouch, presumably with the spice. And he doesn't actually hand you 300 gold pieces. He gives you a bag with 30 platinum pieces in it. I assume Bowserbeth knows that's the same thing, but I'm not sure about Umi. Now, this is 30 platinum pieces worth 10 times as much as gold. Okay, we have a deal. Now, and he hands you the platinum pieces, he hands you the spice, and he says, "You know what to do." And then he shuffles over back to the other side. Okay. Um, I was trying to decide whether it would decrease the flavor at all, but it says literally just rendered free of poison and disease. So the soup still tastes great. Actually, Umi, make a sleight of hand check. Yeah, no one notices. You slip it in, so yeah, well done. Yep, yes. He was attempting to be her friend, so that he would do the Yes. Yes. Because Umi's shorter than him, so he naturally has to bend down and kind of talk to her. No caressing of the face, no. Rero? Well, if you scoot round to the other side of the restaurant, you see he's talking to Bandero and they're smiling, and he goes back doing sous chef stuff. We'll say the soup. He's adding bits and pieces into the soup, like vegetables, spices, broths, that sort of stuff. Make a stealth check. Oh, yeah, you're not being subtle about it. That's true. Yeah, entire soup pot. So, woof, the soup flies across the room and smashes. Everybody sees Rero peering on for them the side, and Bandara says, "This is outrageous! Somebody get it! Fang! You two mindless guards, go get him!" Fang, the half ogre, immediately starts chasing after Rero. Old Dragool Keeper, you are the guards, what do you do? Oh, sleight of hand then. Somatic is just a hand movement, right? Yeah, hand movement. They don't go chasing after you. Mandara says, "This is a disaster! An unmitigated disaster! Um, uh, and Ozar says, "Okay, Strife, announce the next dish. I did pumpkin soup. It's your job. It's going to be the best pumpkin soup the princess has ever eaten." It's gone. He's gone. Uh, Ozar brings out a hot, steaming pot of bowl of soup, hands one to the princess, hands one to the two judges, and they start tasting it. And Bandara comes out looking very embarrassed. Says, "Look, I'm sorry, Princess Athena, but there was an accident in the kitchen. There's no soup for you." Ah, Princess says, "Oh, that's perfectly all right. Mistakes happen, no problem. Tell me, what's your opinion on this soup? Come over, have a closer look, Bandaro. Um, uh, yes, Your Grace. Tell me, what do you see in the soup? And she picks up the soup, pours it over his head. This is hot, steaming soup, and he starts screaming. And he says, this tastes great. It shouldn't taste great. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, wait, no, it happens. And he starts walking away and says, Prince, what were you saying? Something about something extra? What is it? And he continues to burn. He's going to have a nasty scar on his face. This is nothing, Princess Athena. I'm sorry. Let me prepare the next dish. And he leaves and he starts going to a sink and just trying to get this burning soup off his face. And Princess Athena stands up. Does anybody know what he was talking about? Anybody? Umi Black, you know, are you purposely keeping silent? All right. So, the rest of the meal happens. Bandara bravely soldiers on because it's his job, but he is severely disfigured, and the rest of his plates aren't up to par. And Princess Athena keeps on mocking him, saying,
Hey, don't be such a hothead.
and all her guards start laughing. All the nobles start laughing. Even though it's a very, very average sort of a joke, but everybody's laughing and she makes these crude jokes. At one point, he's rushing back to the kitchen and she puts out a foot and he lands in the leftovers of the meal. Just humiliation upon humiliation upon humiliation. And finally, Princess Athena says,
Right.
I am going to announce the winner. And the two judges put up, I am going to announce the winner. The person responsible for cooking meals for myself and the royal family is going to be... Who do you think? MC Boy, who do you think's going to win? Exactly right. The winner is Bandara. Come here, hothead. And he says, the honor is all mine, princess, as he's covered in lots of his own food, this horrible scar running down his face from the piping hot pumpkin soup that he's wearing. And she marches, you're going to be the best cook ever. No, you don't have to come, Strife. And he leaves with her guards to a life of unimaginable horror for poor Bandaro, but he's marched off to the palace.
This is a great honor, you know.
And off she goes. Oh, well, I usually have my my restaurant over in the plains, and I think I did dodge a bullet. Oh my goodness, she is quite magnificent. I think her choice was to be applauded. She did exactly the right thing. I can't possibly disagree with such a fine action. Long live the princess. Very spirited indeed. Ozar says, well, thank you everybody for the onion chopping and all the other bits and pieces, and That is not how I saw the evening going, but 100 gold pieces as promised to you all. And in case it goes without saying, Rero, you do not get 100 gold pieces. Each, yep. Yeah, 100 gold each. You get the impression they're happy to get out there unscathed as sous chefs, and they also disappear to the wind and consider different choices. What do you guys do? Nope. Nope. No, you did not. Good question, though. So you're heading back to the Black Flag Mercenary Company to report the job is done. Okay. Yeah, Trez the Cruel says, "Oh, I heard you had some complications, but old Dragul, I knew you're the man to do it. I'm sure the Gorsos will be more than happy with your job. If something else comes up on the rota, or if any other jobs come up, I'll be sure to let you know, but you're free just for now." Do you want to do it in the other voice channel, or are you happy here? Okay, I'm listening. Uh, Strange writings on the wall. Find the hideout at the top. Do you have any ideas about what that might mean? Yeah, these like I don't know what the literal word for them is. Towers, I guess. Probably a flashy word for it, but there are these. They're not manned. No, no. What did you check on top of the wall? Well, that I can understand. There's quite some. Oh, look at my phone pointing up at my ceiling. There we go. Back in focus. Um, well, that would be a good place to start, but if you're too scared, Aldrich, Maybe I can send one of the other Black Flag militia and they'll find whatever's up there. Persuasion or a deception check. Sounds like a deception check because it sounds like you are afraid of the war. As you start visibly shaking. Look, Aldrich, we all have our fears, but you know the best way to face a fear is to literally face your fear. Get up on that goddamn wall. Show some metal, kid. I can. Okay. And head to the wall. His internet went down last week. Maybe it went down again. Cool. You're behind the Lucky Leap Tavern at it, and I assume Aldrich Gould points out the runes that he managed to translate that you see are kind of carved into the base of the old wall. Which he passes over to the DM. Would you like me to quick summary? Yeah. Yeah. Archangel's bad. And even as you approach the wall, I mean, it does now circle the High District, which is good for them. But you swear as you watch the wall, it almost shifts slightly. Like bricks that are a certain size all of a sudden look a little bit smaller, then they move out again. It's almost as if the wall is constantly shifting and moving while still maintaining its overall shape, if that makes sense. So you do touch the amulet to it, it sticks to it like a magnet. Uh, and you pull it off. It's not like a very strong magnet, but if you'd like let go of the, if you let, yeah, so you give it a gentle tug and it comes off. So some magnetic force here, but nothing that prevents you from getting the Albert. First of all, detect. Yeah, we'll get to identify in a second. So the detect magic. Um, there's low levels of all sorts of the all 8 schools of magic coming off the wall, like illusion, evocation, the other ones, but all very low level. Um, and you're casting identify on the amulet. You first of all, it is magical. Black, you detect some magic on it. Um, Let me just quickly refer to my notes. There is an aura of evocation coming from the necklace. Um, well, I'll let you delve into what type of spells that would do. Um, and you get, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is because the magic is too powerful for that. Uh, what I'm going to tell you is the amulet is acting as a prison. There is something inside of the amulet. There is something trapped in there, and it's a prison. That's what you're going to get for identify. Acting as a prison, even. You don't see one. Um, it's about 50 feet up. It's quite a big wall. It's a two-story dwelling, so I'm going to say 20 feet. So if you climb on top of the tavern, it would be a further 30 feet. Yeah, it's the main gate going in and out. Just a sec. The So these are fortifications, like would have been the main gate into the High District. You notice it's been severely burnt. Um, the historians amongst you, there was like an undead dragon that attacked the city about 50 or so years ago, which burnt these fortifications. So really, it acts as a gate, but in 50 or so years ago, it acted as a defensive structure, but it's been so badly damaged that it's just a gate now. No guards are going up or down it. As I said, it's been mostly destroyed. So, yeah, getting up there might be difficult anyway. Just to convince people that you're going to, gallivant along the high wall. That's an odd proposition. Hope that answers your question. I was a bit waffly, sorry. Um, sure. Make me a stealth check. You changed to the wrong color, perhaps being panicked. Shade of grey. Sure. Yeah, and especially I want yeah, Umi to stealth. Yeah, well, firstly, you get on top of the wall. Umi, it feels slightly shifty underfoot, but nothing to throw you off. And you see another inscription on top of the wall that's written in a language that you don't understand. and uh, some royal swords. So in trouble with the law again. Some royal swords start approaching and says, "Oi, who's up there? What's going on?" They're approaching your position. Well, look, is that one of your acquaintances up on the wall? There's a literal kobold up there that I can see. What's going on? Okay, so darkness erupts over the wall. And it covers you, Umi, but no one else, because wall is 50 foot high. I don't think it's got that range. I'm sorry. What is going on? This is most unnatural. What? Explain. What's going on? Is that someone you know up on the wall? Make a deception check there, Strife. Well, that's true. Oh, all right. I don't know who you are or what you're doing, but we're going to wait here until we either see the person or this darkness fades. I suggest you be on your way, otherwise you'll be an accomplice. Please move on. Look, you're either too drunk or too much of an idiot, but you're a terrible liar. Move on. And as that 4, 5, 6, 7 guards appear either side of this darkness on the wall. Me, what are you doing? Feather sphere? Trying to look like a bird. Okay, and mhm. Well, if you want to be, yep. Sure, make an attack roll. That's good enough. So the shadow arrow lands on the roof, and the roof of the Lucky Tavern is in darkness. 1 to 3, the darkness arrives before Umi. 5 to 6, it arrives afterwards. So before. So you start leaping across, and immediately the Lucky Leap heaven goes dark. Make me an acrobatics check at disadvantage as you're not quite sure where to land. You completely miss the roof of the Lucky Leap Tavern and land with a crash. I'll say 46. I'll take one off because of your flight. And it was cool. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and land just behind the Lucky Leap Tavern. And you hear guards. Oh, okay. So you missed the thing, but you do some dope monk shit and parkour down the side of the Lucky Leap Tavern. Uh, and you can run like 90 feet around for a couple of rounds at least. By spending a key point, right? So you can't keep this up indefinitely. And that's pretty darn fast. Um, so, yep, you book it. The guards come around and investigate the darkness, and it's all very mysterious, and they're not sure what's going on. And eventually, both the arrow fades and both the spell fades, and you seem to have gotten away with me. Well done. Did you remember to write down the engravings? I don't think you did. Sure, sure. What you can certainly try by making a performance check. And Aldra Ghoul using the spell that you used before. I won't say anything, but it's incomprehensible. Good day. Yep, Umi did disappear for a while. So I'm just turning off my camera. I have to plug my it didn't work out in any sense of the word. You're having this conversation and recounting, maybe um, going to look at it again. I don't know, but that's a plot thread you can follow if you like. Notice there's a halfling gentleman who looks like that, and um, he has got this very, very exquisite feather in his hand. In fact, I think I have a picture of the feather. Let me show you the feather. It's a very fine feather. And it looks like... actually, I'm going to just change the name because that would be too obvious. It looks like this. It's a very, very fine looking feather, like it's about the size of a peacock's feather, so very large. And he's sitting there and he's holding it. And then another gentleman comes in and approaches him. And it's a familiar figure to one of you, at least, Kiva. It's Lord Monder. And just his mere presence in the room causes you to stop and pause for a moment. And you can't help but over listen to the conversation. And the little halfling goes, "Oh, Mr. Monder, as promised, I've got the cold-toothed feather for you." And Lord Monder says, "Oh, this will be a fine accomplishment for the procession before the King's Games. This will look magnificent on my horse. I assume there's no wiggle room in our agreed-upon price?" And little halfling guy says, "We did agree on 535 gold pieces, right?" "All right. 535 gold pieces for the feather. It is agreed. I need a moment to get the money back, to get the money together. But I'll come to my mansion tomorrow morning and I'll have the funds available for you. A good day." And then Simonda gets up and leaves the establishment. As he leaves, someone else comes in. This is Golfer. He is the proprietor of the 999 Gambling Hall. If you remember, he tried to lend Umi a bunch load of money, but she gave it all back instantly, costing her 1 gold piece as opposed to what some of you were saying was a lifetime of debt. Golfer walks over to this halfling, grabs him by the shoulder, and says, "Where's my money, scum?" The little halfling says, "Oh, don't worry, I've got hundreds of gold pieces that'll more than cover my debt. We can put this whole horrible situation behind us, and trust me, I have the money, and I'll have it to you this very day." And Golfer says, "You better, or I'll burn you." And he chucks this exquisite feather into a candle, and it immediately erupts into flames. And the guy halfling goes, "No, no, no, that was the, oh, Golfer, oh." He says, "Money, tonight, scum. And he Golfer then leaves. So this poor halfling seems to have sold this feather to Lord Steinmunder for 535 gold pieces, apparently. But Golf was just burned this feather. And the halfling wobbles over, puts his hands on the table, and buries his head in his arms, and you can hear him quietly weeping. Awkward. Ricio Tane says, look, governors, look, I know I saw what you saw. And let me just put it this way. If you're going to bring an accusation of destroying property to Golfer, let's just say there will be complications. He's quite an influential figure around here. Pursue it if you must. But as far as destruction of property, I just put that behind. More trouble than you're worth. Anyway, you want another round of drinks? Hand me over a silver piece and I can do another round. Sure. First one's free. Well, thank you for taking an interest. It's quite terrible. As you saw, I had, well, maybe if you heard, I had a deal with Lord Signmonder. If you know anything about Lord Signmonder, he's a man of his word, well respected, and he wanted this feather for his horse for the procession before the King's Games, but I would have paid off my debt to Golfer. I'm afraid he's going to do something bad unless I can get my hands on this money, or a feather at least. Lord Signmondo, as I said, he's a man of his word. If he can take I was going to bring the feather to his estate, but now I'm a featherless. There might be a way that you guys could help me, though. Um, you see, I'm not on. I have access to another feather. Um, but it's with my grandmother, and let's just say my grandmother and I aren't on terribly good terms. Um, and I feel I'm asking too much, but if you could talk to my grandmother, maybe buy the feather off her for like, she could probably sell it to you for 200 gold pieces, something like that. And then you sell I'm not going to touch a single gold piece. I'm not going to be involved in any of these transactions. So don't worry about that. But then you'll have the feather and you can sell it to Lord Signmondo for 500 odd pieces. And that's a tidy 300 gold piece profit. Oh, oh, that's a good point. Maybe we'll take about 150 each. And that would, or about Black. You see no tells or anything? He seems to be on the level. Um, well, put it this way: the thousands. It's most unfortunate, but this money now will at least get him off my back for now. Oh, let's just say, I borrowed some money from Golfer when I was on a winning streak at the 999 gambling hall, and my winning streak turned into a losing streak, and I kept on borrowing and borrowing. I mean, um, I'm not proud to say it, but I'm addicted to gambling, and it's costing me now. But if you can help me with this, at least golf will be off my back for a few weeks or so while I try and gather the rest of the funds. As I said, I'm not going to touch a single gold piece that you give me. Um, it'll be just between you and my grandma. Uh, as I said, it'll be a You give her 200 gold pieces. We sell it to Lord Mondo for 535, and we'll split the profits. What do you say? Uh, no. This is my whole problem. I had the feather, but... And he looks over his shoulder, seeing the feather just burnt to a crisp. That was my one chance. But as I said, my grandmother has another feather. So if you just go with me to my grandmother, convince her to sell him, and she doesn't like me, you buy the feather from her, sell it to Lord Signmondo at a profit, and yeah. Let's just say I owe her some money as well. That's why I need you to talk to her. She doesn't like me. She thinks I'm a degenerate. I I I get by a day to day. I live in the shanties. Kind of this deal with Golfer is the only place I can afford to live. And you know that the shanties are the slum just outside of Oathbreaker, this area down here. A slum, effectively. Uh, uh, I'm a good cook. As I said, this if you don't want to do it, I understand, but there'll be, a sizable profit for you. Thank you so much. I ever so appreciate it. And those who want to help, please come with me, or I'll walk you to my grandmother's. Who's going along for the ride as we'll end up the session with those who are going along? Sounds like Umi's going. And Riro goes where Umi goes. So, yeah. And Kiva as well. Okay. Black. Strife. Aldrich Ghoul. Okay. So everybody's going along, and we'll pick it up not next week. We'll pick it up in 2 weeks' time because remember I'm off to Whistler all things. Say hi, Leela. Oh, the camera's not on. Oh, maybe up there. Anyway, see you later. See you next week, guys. Oh no, I won't see you next week. See you when I see you. Okay, take care. Bye. Oh man, why isn't this working? My computer's. Let me turn this off.